Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air. These folks are ready, and we are underway. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. They go play action here on first down. This is Reese on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Looking to throw. And some room to roam now. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's second down. And a man, as we look at the starters now, a man who really has earned us talking about him in the booth, Julio Jones.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver each and every year. So sleek, so wonderful. I call him Secretariat.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And now the defense for Dallas.
Sean Lee's one of my favorite players, and I don't mind saying it because I love his versatility. I can move him inside at the linebacker position. I can move him outside. I can rush him off the edge, rush him up the middle. He can drop into pass coverage. In fact, his versatility was on display even in his high school days, where he was a big-time high school basketball player that had a chance to play in college as well.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. On the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's the offense, and I don't know what more you can say at this point in his career about Jason Witten.
You just give him full respect. This is a guy who knows how to do everything on the football field. Not just catch the ball, but huge in the run game with his blocking at the line of scrimmage.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now they'll run on the draw. And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Off often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 63 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches, you say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
58.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Still first down.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Sometimes it's as simple as putting the player in the right position, and Vick Beasley has found that in Atlanta. A stand-up outside linebacker who has the ability to move up and down the line of scrimmage to find the right matchups for his speed and quickness so he can go get to the quarterback. 15.5 sacks in his second season, also forced 6 fumbles, and can be used as a spy at times against mobile quarterbacks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now running right through it. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And here now come the Falcons. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He can't bring him down. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. On play action, they'll throw. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I better raise my voice a little bit here, because one thing we can already tell, even in the first year in the league with this new stadium, it's going to get loud in this place.
Yeah, the old place was loud, but I think we're getting a sense that this place is going to be louder.
Yeah, they're riding that momentum of that 2016 team that finished their year in the Super Bowl.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Spinning again. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go. Blue 58.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now come the Cowboys. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
They'll look to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 30 yards there. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. So possession changes hands on the final play of the 1st quarter. It's the Falcons with a early lead. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 following the fumble recovery.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
second down, Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go.
Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Beasley now to return. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And to give this time to the tailback. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 28. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Switch it up here and look to throw. This one complete to Ingram. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and cause a nice play for lost yardage.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. He'll look to throw. Going right side, he has Winton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Bailey able to knock it through. But wait up now. A flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first.
Roughing a kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He probably wants to improve how he's been playing. There's no doubt about that. But you don't want to overthink it too much and reinvent the wheel when your team's up, right?
That's so true. Because now if you're just worried about how you're playing, even though the team's winning, that's a selfish side of you that you don't want out there. And that's not what the best quarterbacks exhibit. So here's an opportunity to go ahead and guide the team, try and get better as the game goes along. But remember, your team's winning. Things are pretty good.
Yeah, they've got the advantage. We'll see how he does personally here this drive. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Freeman again.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Back to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Let's go!
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the games we circled coming into the season, the Patriots at the Broncos. These two certainly have played some memorable games in recent years.
They sure have.
And tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 10 with the Dolphins heading up to visit the Panthers.
All right, here we go. No, check. Patriots!
Now a handoff as they run left side. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Complete to Jason Witten. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets. But oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Let's go!
They go play action here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. In just 2 minutes' time, don't forget we'll get you to Orlando for our halftime report. To bring it to you, who else but Larry Ridley?
Now that man knows his football. Go get him, Larry.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that will get the lead up to 14.
It's good to be the kicker for the top offense in the NFL, and Matt Bryant was that in 2016. Led the league in scoring with 158 points, but boy, does Atlanta find him valuable. So dependable and clutch.
And he's been valuable in this league for a while. Hard to believe he's been around since 2002. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A gain of 6 there on first. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. gun. They'll look to throw. And on the left side, he's got Witten. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Here we go now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA halftime report. The Falcons are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Cowboys didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Now following the fumble, Jones is going to look for space, and he'll go for the score as they take a 7-0 lead. Now 1st and 10, he stays up the middle on the run, and this long run goes for a touchdown. The Cowboys tied up at 7. 1st and 10, here the throw is hurried and picked off. Trufant's the one who was running back for the score. That puts them up by a touchdown. End of the first quarter. Robinson's going to get loose thanks to great blocking, and he'll go in from 54 yards out as they go out in front 14-7. Hit to late in the first. Here the pass would be completed into coverage, and he ends up at their own 41-yard line before he's stopped on the play. A fumble would later end the drive. Down to late in the second. Witten's by himself here, and he ends up at their own 31-yard line before he stopped on the play. Still late stages of the second. Coverage breaks down on a deep pass, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crook.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit.
They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They'll look to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player... disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A nice little juke. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground around the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Play fake. He'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
First down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 8 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. On play action, they'll throw. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down. But how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end. You've got the wing back. You might have the guy out of the backfield. But they executed that well. Yeah. Really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready. They got it done. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
To throw here. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Cowboys on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw here. And that's caught by Beasley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big 30-yard play on third. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And his throw here's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Adrian Claymore. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's a 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And these numbers showing up on the screen, that's why he's their star. They kept him down for a little bit, couldn't keep him down for a full 4 quarters.
But what they were hoping for was a half of a game. And if they could have shut it down at the half, they had done their job. But as you mentioned, a full 4 quarters, and the best, they always feel like they're 1 run away from changing the momentum or breaking something big, and we're starting to see that here in the 2nd half.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. 2nd down and 4.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league, and we're good training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunk. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Dontari Poe, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12.
Now, check, Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side, he has Winton. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And not the start that he expected. You look at the numbers, though, he's got back here to his elite level.
And I get the sense that the defense game planned a little bit different than what he expected. You know, he had an idea from watching tape what he should expect. They changed things up on him a little bit and caused that slow start. For the best ones, they take it as a challenge, and they come fighting back. And that's exactly what we saw there.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Breaks through the contact. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And now here come the Cowboys. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The Cowboys, of course, looking forward to 4 days from now. An extra quick turnaround, their annual Thanksgiving Day game against this year's opponent, which is the L.A. Chargers.
I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be there for that game, of course. And think of it this way. Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys, Joey Bosa for the Chargers, college roommates, college teammates, now NFL opponents.
And turkey for all. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll look to throw now on first down. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Grady Jarrett forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll set up to throw. He hits Beasley right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Coming left, it's Freeman. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll look to throw here on first down. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. But now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally That's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Falcons, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.